Alrighty, bon dia. Welcome to today's video. It's just gone after 7 AM on Wednesday morning and I'm riding out to Quart to meet the guys from Paradigm Cycles. Paradigm Cycles is a British-based titanium custom frame building company, and they've come out to Girona this week to do some gravel riding, to attend the Traka gravel race this weekend, and also to do some photos. So this morning I'm riding out to meet them. I'm going to take them out for a really nice 80-kilometer gravel ride, do some photos along the way, and I thought I'd take you guys along for the journey with us. So the sun is just rising off to the side there. I'm about to go and meet the crew, and let's go another nice day on the gravel. Alrighty, so just up at the Susqueda Dam here. It's got a nice little switchback down there that I'm about to take some photos on. Just been out here rolling this morning, just cruising out to the dam. I thought I'd bring these guys out to this dam because it's obviously really beautiful. Nice backdrop for some photos, and they're just rolling up the dam now. I'm going to shoot some photos and we'll keep riding on the gravel. I'll talk to you guys more in a moment. Yeah, perfect. That was great. Yeah. Just stuffing myself in the bush here. Got to do these things for the photo. Alrighty, so out here and doing a little photo shoot. I'm with Charlie Bratt, who is head of Paradigm Cycles, one of the premier British custom titanium frame building companies. You're the founder of the business.
Absolutely.
At a very young 26 years old. We've just been rolling along this morning. I've got these guys a nice little route. We're doing kind of a combination of a bike ride or a couple of bike rides this morning and photo shoot today for Paradigm. So the route we're doing this morning, we rolled it out to Susqueda Dam. We went out on the really nice sort of Carolet this morning as the sun was coming up. Beautiful little sort of smooth road coming out of Girona. Did a few photos along the way, nothing too serious. And then we made our way out to Susqueda Dam. Climbed up the dam, did a bunch more photos on the way up there, and then I just wanted to introduce you guys to Charlie. Just tell me, where did the idea for Paradigm come from, and tell me about the beginnings of the business. It's about 3 years old now.
It is, yeah, it's about 3 years old. I started the business 3 years ago, and I was working in bespoke geometry already, specifically in titanium, like understanding the you know how titanium rides and how you engineer it to best effects on the road. And I'm really like the bespoke frame design is something I'm really passionate about, because it's something that we always buy in thoroughbred race bikes that are built for World Tour boys and, you know, World Tour racers. And actually back in the UK, not out here as such, but like back in the UK, the roads are they're too harsh a lot of the time for these top end race bikes. In my opinion, they of course are the fastest out there, but they're often not the best suited to every bike rider. And,
not every bike rider's racing.
No, not every bike rider's racing, but almost that's the bikes that we're buying. Like that's almost what's considered the best bike for all. And yeah, so like I obviously design bikes according to each individual's brief, and it's like and we offer full bespoke service in terms of like frame design, geometry, steering characteristics, aesthetics obviously is a big one, understandably, like the way the bike looks, and I always try and keep it traditional and like proportionally correct regardless of the like the bike fit position.
You said that you've always been in custom geometry and geometry design. That was for another bicycle manufacturer.
Of course,
And then what gave you the idea to start Paradigm, and how did you go, you know what, I want to do this for myself, I want to start my own brand? Did you think you could do it better, or you just like the idea of working for yourself?
Yeah, you know, like I actually grew up as a young kid. As you say, I'm 26 years old now, and when I was a young kid, I used to race yeah, too, right? Yeah, and I used to race in motorsport, and it's like karting, and obviously in a lot of junior formula it's all about setup, how you set up something to best effect, so the understanding of how you optimize and get the most out of something. And when you think about motorsport, like that's the job of a race engineer as such. They take the understanding of what the driver's telling them and translate that into performance or you know, optimization. That's almost what I consider my job in cycling, is like designing a bike to best effect for that individual's brief, and whether that's a 70-year-old bloke who's riding, you know, North Coast 500 or something in a couple of weeks time or something, or someone who's looking for a crit bike, you know what I mean, that's bomb proof and can be crashed every weekend. It's like taking the brief and optimizing that to best effect, and that's the difference, that's the change. You know, it's not just, oh, we've got this stock range of sizing and we'll tweak head tube lengths and seat tube lengths according to someone's saddle height and bits. It's like fully understanding what they're after from a bike and designing that from the ground up, like complete one-off frame design.
So you're a 100% bespoke frame manufacturer, all titanium as well. You're not doing steel or any of that.
Nope.
Focused on titanium because, as you said, of the harsh UK roads.
That's it, absolutely. That's where the point we're making on that is like the characteristics of Thai gives you like a lot of the response of like a top-end like road bike, you know, a top-end carbon bike, should I say, where it's light enough and it's responsive enough to like give back, but also you can design it in a way to yield a lot of comfort. And that for like UK harsh roads is really important. Same with like tyre whips and bits and bobs like that. You know, we just accept what a lot of manufacturers tell us that we can run, and it's like, and I don't work to that. It's like whatever the customer feels the maximum they need, that's what we'll design around, and that's both road and gravel. You know what I mean? It's entirely unique. So it's
interesting.
Absolutely.
All right, so these guys are here for the tracker, but today, as I've said a few times, and as you've seen so far, been doing some photos. We've come up the dam climb now. I was shooting the guys on the way up there. We're going to keep rolling, head down the other side on the road. We're going to head back to Girona, and then we've got a second photo shoot later on this afternoon. We're going to head out at sunset and do a little bit more. But for the moment, we'll keep rolling and enjoy some more Girona roads. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Alrighty, last little shot of this shoot done. We're just going to head back into Girona, have a bit of lunch, have a bit of a break, then we get out for our second shoot in a little while. It's been a fun little morning of riding around and shooting. Howdy. Round two. out here for round 2 for this afternoon. Got this super nice sunset. I think it's gonna happen. I just stopped just then and got these sweet photos of the guys just rolling over the top of the climb. I get really excited in a situation like this. I think we can get some super nice golden hour photos this afternoon. Just popped onto the gravel. We're kind of heading north towards Banyoles. This morning we ended up doing 95 kilometers and about 1,200 meters of climbing plus all the photos, so it was a big morning. So taking it easy this afternoon for our double day. I just want to go and get some super nice photos in that golden light. Just really focus on showing off those super nice titanium bikes. I'm gonna keep rolling and I'll show you what I'm doing shortly. Yeah, I think that's the spot. Yeah. That gravel road. That it looks almost like Tuscany, hey?
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, I bought this morning. I actually only just had 3 lenses. I had the 16mm super wide angle, I had the 50mm, and I had the 85. This afternoon I've actually bought the 70-200 in my little bag. I'm gonna shoot quite a bit with the 70-200 and get a lot of compression going on with these super nice sort of gravel roads off in the distance. With the long lens, what it does is it brings the background closer to the subject, or from where I'm standing I can zoom right in, and it kind of makes these roads that are small, nice little climbs. It makes them look really, really steep. So that's what the compression effect does. It should make for some pretty cool photos, and the scenes around here are really nice. I thought I would just have a chat with Adrian Beer here. Beer like the drink he's just said. First time in Girona for you?
No, I've been a few times. In Girona, but the first time on the gravel.
They went into the Gavaris yesterday, which if you know the Gavaris gravel, it's like quite rough gravel. 2,000 meters of climbing in 50 kilometers or something. What did you think of your first day riding gravel, and then how's today compared?
Yeah, that Gavaris National Park is pretty brutal gravel there, but yeah, it was brilliant. It's such great fun, and then we just stopped at the coast, had a sandwich, and then came back.
And you're feeling pretty good for Traka. You did Dirty Reaver last weekend, and then you got Traka this weekend.
That's it. Yeah, so we're doing back to back. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm pretty shattered after Dirty Reaver last week, but hopefully a bit of recovery, and then go again Saturday.
Yeah, you did Dirty Reaver, 16-hour drive down to Girona.
Yeah, straight into yesterday, and
then I've dragged you out for a double day today.
Yeah, got a double day today. Yeah. But yeah, a couple of easy days, and then see how Saturday goes. Yeah.
Yeah, cool, sweet. All right, let's do some photos. So one of the things that I'm looking for all the time in photography is how to minimize all the elements out of the frame that I can to get the most minimal shot. I'm such a believer that aesthetic minimalism is really what makes photos look good. So if you're looking for ways to improve your photography, start with finding ways to get rid of as many elements as possible out of the frame as possible. Not just physical elements, but also color elements as well. This scene here with these multiple shades of green is so beautiful for it. Such a perfect afternoon. I'm just gonna shoot the guys that are coming back up towards me. The light's getting a bit more golden, and then we're gonna keep rolling and find some more spots. Sweet, so just out here doing this super nice little afternoon shoot, but the sunlight's kind of dying, so we're gonna roll back to Girona shortly. I just wanted to ask you before we do, can you tell me a bit about the bikes that you're actually riding? You bought a handful of gravel bikes out here for the Traka, but tell me more about them, what makes them uniquely you, and some of the features and things like that.
Absolutely. So the model is the Paradigm Verso. That's our gravel frame set. Stocks as standard with an NV gravel disc fork or an NV Adventure disc fork, and regardless of the design or model of fork, it's going to be NV as standard. And Chris King is standard as well within the headsets, and that's both within the road and also with these particular gravel bikes. And then all other components can be spec'd according to the customer's brief as such.
Things like tyre clearance and things like that in that frame, what have you got for the gravel bikes?
Absolutely. So these gravel bikes that we're riding today, they have the capacity to run 700 by 50. So a really big tyre. Like, we've got 47s in a bike today, and there's still adequate clearance. So it's like it is complete overkill most of the time, to be honest. It's like, but you know, you're getting into mountain bike territory when that's the case, but it gives people the option to run that as or when.
And it sort of ends up being like the gravel bike is obviously a bike that you can kind of have as a one bike quiver if you swap out the wheel sets and run a road wheel set. We were talking this morning about obviously UK winters being so harsh and like the need for mud guards, fenders.
Absolutely. So you can really kill two birds with one stone quite nicely, to be honest. And especially in the, you know, for the UK market, like you can't ride off road in the winter. It's inaccessible, really. And
because it's so muddy.
Because it's so muddy, it gets really cloggy. You know, it's not a done thing often. Like we do really well with sales for summer gravel bikes and in the same frame set, so the same base, same components, but then built as a winter road bike as well. Obviously, with that tyre clearance that we've just discussed, you've got the capacity to run full-length mudguards, like nice wide mudguards, nice big 32mm tyres. It works perfectly for like a UK winter, rough roads, bad weather, greasy tarmac. Like it just works perfectly.
Yeah, makes sense. One of the things that I'm super interested in that the guys are running is that Apidura top tube bag, which has no straps on it. Can you tell me about that? That's not a stock Apidura product.
No, absolutely. It's a bespoke product, and it's it's an option, a customizable option for any bespoke frame, regardless of frame size.
Made by Charlie Bratt.
Absolutely. That's it. So it's like
a strapless frame bag.
It's a strapless frame bag. But obviously, the beauty of Thai is that you can brush it up at any point. It's hard enough to do so. But often, you know, as soon as you strap a bag to a bike, it buffs it, it chafes it, it polishes it, and it ages the bike significantly. So we remove the straps and we run a mount internally, all covered in like a 4-way stretch fabric to match the frame bag color, and it's simply bolted to the frame bag to the frame itself.
So you make the frames with bosses inside.
Correct.
And you can bolt the bag, and so that's why there's none of those.
There's none of those straps on the frame. So there's nothing buffing or chafing the frame whatsoever. It keeps it neat and tidy. Both of these bikes have done 2 winters worth of riding, 2 summers worth of gravel riding as well. And there's not a mark.
They still look new.
Absolutely. Hopefully, not today, but hopefully.
The beauty of metal bikes, hey?
Yeah, too right.
And then obviously for the Traka this weekend, you've got them set up how you like them. You run a 2x system.
Absolutely.
I noticed you've got quite a small cassette there, but obviously because you've got that second chainring.
It's a lovely little inner chainring on there. It's a 31 tooth. So it's
31?
It's a big drop off. 4831 is a chain set. So it's a big drop off, and 1132 on the rig set as well. So 31-32, you've still got a nice ratio to be climbing.
Get up anything.
Hopefully.
And you and Adrian just did Dirty Reaver last weekend. You've done a bunch of gravel races, and I hear you've got a big calendar to do many more gravel races this year. So you're really testing your products. I mean, you're doing R&D as well as you're doing all your own riding to do your R&D.
Absolutely. You know, I'm a bike rider at heart, and that's what's important with us. It's tested in the field by us and used to its extreme. And the frame bag's quite a good example, actually. Like we had the original perspex that we used to create the frame internally that cracked on a South Downs trip, which is a 100-mile bike ride. And it's incredibly bumpy, very, very hilly, and that cracked actually. And it's like no problem at all. We just, you know, you work on from that, and it's like, and you create a better product as a result. It's how all of our bikes were born in the first place.
Yeah, cool. It's cool to hear the story of it. Obviously for you guys, if you want to see any more about Paradigm, jump down to the Paradigm link in the description, have a look, and also the Instagram. Cool. Yeah, we should wrap this shoot up, and we'll roll back to Girona, get this one done. Alrighty, so final words, we've just arrived back in Girona. Super nice little afternoon, even though we didn't get that pure golden light that I was after. But we still got some pretty good photos, I think.
Absolutely.
So just before we go, I just want to say, if anyone is interested in either learning more about Paradigm Cycles or about what you do, or they want to order a bike, where can people see you? You've got a workshop in the UK.
We do.
And just tell me how people can get in touch and where the workshop is.
So we're based in Haig, which is a small little village in Northamptonshire in the UK.
Northamptonshire.
Absolutely. So just south of Rutland is the best way to describe it. We've obviously got a website, paradigmbicycles.uk, and also obviously email address, contact details can all be found on the website as well.
Yeah, cool. And your Instagram?
And Paradigm Bicycles.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool.
Simple as.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. If you got any questions for me or you got any questions for Charlie, you can drop them down in the comments. Of course, give the video a like if you liked it. Give the channel a subscribe if this is your first time here. And I'll see you all in another episode of Tristan Take Video very soon. All right. Cheers. Thanks.